Hi, my little beans. It's Blanco Bean here, and we are going to be discussing Baddies West episode 9 and 10. So get comfortable because this one's going to be a little bit longer, I believe, because I'm be talking about both episodes. So let's take a look here. So, of course, we are on episode 9, and we're in a continuation of having that discussion between the women on how are we going to split up the 20K. And they finally agreed, or not agreed, but Natalie made the initiative of saying, what we're going to do is we're going to split up the money. 1.2K is going to be going to the women who are just doing the appearances, and 2.5K is going to the performers, which for me, I felt some type of way about that, only because I was like, why are the performers getting literally $1,300 more for just a small performance? Like, the thing is, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to hate on their songs or anything like that, but their performances are not like $1,000 worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally them just singing one song to a song that they're barely even rapping to. Like, literally the backtrack is doing more of the work. If anything, DJ Sky should be getting paid more than the performers for putting on the backtracks. But like, I don't know, I just felt like 1.3 thousand. Like, are you kidding me? More than just the appearances. I was not with that. I personally felt like it should have been something where it was like maybe like $500 extra for the performances. But again, it just depends on what their contract says. I believe they do have contracts. I think this was just a scene to add on or something like that, because it was like, I don't know. It just seems really unprofessional that there was no talks about what were they going to make percentage wise since like the beginning. So I don't know if this was like something to show the audience, like, oh, this is how we run the business or something like that, or this is how club appearances and performances are like when it comes to payment, which I highly doubt. But moving along, so after that scene, they finally head to the club, and that's when Christian finally shows up with Blueface. So then we see Rolly is performing, and we start seeing that apparently Tommy gets into it with a fan, which she smacks the fan. And so it was just, oh gosh. I remember watching the clip when it was like, I think I saw it on like an Instagram everywhere. And like people were talking about that scene and how like Tommy like literally just smacked that girl, which I was a bit confused about, because like Tommy kept saying like that the girl was grabbing her ankles or her feet or something, which I didn't understand that part, because I didn't even see that girl was even near her feet. Like, she was just standing up. Like, did I miss something or something? Or was she like trying to climb up and touch Tommy's feet? And then finally when she got up, that's when Tommy smacked her. Like, that was the part that I got a bit confused, because I'm just like, was this even the right person that she smacked, or what is going on? Because it's just like, I didn't see anything where she was touched by the feet. So then we get into it where, oh, actually, before I could move on to that part, when Christian was on the mic, she even told like Tommy the fact that she was like, why are you hitting a fan? Like, even Christian saw the wrongness of Tommy doing something like that, which was pretty funny that Christian did that. Like, you could tell that Christian was like, that was kind of not cool to do, Tommy, especially towards a fan. But it's so interesting that even Tommy like keeps saying things like these comments about like, and we hear this comment as well throughout the show. Oh, Christian, you would have done it. Oh, Christian, you would have done it. Oh, Christian, you would have done it. And I'm just going to say this early on. I honestly think Christian is more adult compared to a lot of these women. Like, I'm going to be very honest. Like, Christian is not my most favorite on this show, but like, she is appearing more adult. Like, yes, she attacked Lo without having a proper conversation with her, but at the end of the day, like, when Lo like snuck Christian, Christian finally was able to talk with Lo about the situation, and she moved on from it. Whereas like we think about like Biggie and Stunna, they keep going back and forth, back and forth. Like I'm just like, God damn, at least Krishan was able to squash the beef with Low. So I don't know. I just thought it was. I just was getting annoyed with the comments of like people saying, "Well, Krishan, you would have done it. Krishan, you would have kept doing it. Krishan, you would have hit the fan too." And it's just like, stop making your actions like what's the word, like justified because of Krishan. You know what I'm saying? You are you. You have control of your behaviors. So stop comparing yourself to Krishan, okay? Anyways, so the next thing that happens in the club is that apparently DJ Sky's equipment is not working. Mind you, this was not the equipment from DJ Sky. This was the equipment from the club. So it wasn't working, and so Tommy was getting a little bit annoyed about this, and so Tommy had to improvise. So she started rapping to the crowd, trying to get them a little hyped up without any music, which was a little bit awkward because it was just like, girl, none of us know your song, and also we don't even know what you're saying, so it is what it is. No shade, Tommy, but I'm just being honest. But after that whole debacle, DJ Sky was able to get the DJ running and everything after that whole stressful moment. So moving along, we are on to the next day. And, we go back to that whole same scenes of like the girls are summarizing everything that happened from last night. One thing that they brought up about DJ Sky is the fact that like DJ Sky was supposed to, bring her equipment, but she actually said, nah, I'm just going to use the equipment from the club and I'll just bring my laptop. And that was an error right there. You always need to be over prepared no matter what. That's something that you should always be doing whenever there's like these kind of events. If you are planning an event, and this is just some advice for any of y'all, because I've planned a couple of events in my life, is that always be over prepared because you never know what is going to happen. If you think you might not have enough food, order a little bit more food, just in case. If you think that there's not going to be enough tables and chairs, find more tables and chairs. You can always put them aside if you don't need them. Just if you think the music is going to not work or something, make sure you have a backup plan. Have a playlist if the DJ is not working out very well, or if the decorations aren't looking good, bring extra decorations. Bring stuff with you. Because you never know what will happen. So we are going to the next scene where the girls are on the bus because they're going to go have some dinner. And while they're on the bus, Stunna is actually in the front of the bus, whereas all the other girls are in the back of the bus, which is so sad, honestly. Like, I'm just like, why? Like, holy crap. Like, this whole dynamic of, like, splitting up the girls, like, I understand it's for safety concerns, but it's just, oh my God, it's just draining the fact that Biggie and Stunna cannot just like be in the same space without, having to put their hands on each other. Like it's just annoying because it's like sometimes you just want to see them together and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't even seen anything like that since like never, we've always seen them split up. So it's like, God dang, like, again, the whole split up. So in the bus, Krishan brings up like the whole situation when it comes to Biggie and Stunna, but Biggie was not trying to hear it. She was just like, let it go in Spanish. And so we move on from that for now. And then all of a sudden, Kat brings up something. And this is what I was waiting for. This was the moment I was waiting for when it came to Kat. This gave me BGC5 Kat, where if y'all haven't seen that, it was like a deleted scene where Kat on season 5 of Bad Girls Club was in the limo with the other girls, and she was pissed off because the girls have left her in the club by herself, and she was addressing safety issues. And I was just like, and she just like had everyone shut, you know what I'm saying? And that was the energy that she was bringing into that bus again, because I was like, yes, like this is something that I've been waiting for Kat to do, is finally speaking her mind about things. Like, you didn't see anyone approach her negatively. You didn't see Tommy trying to, be out loud or trying to be aggressive towards Kat. I feel like Kat just has this like, energy where it's like, you respect me. You know what I'm saying? Speak to me with respect. Yes, Tommy was trying to would cut her off sometimes, but at the same time, like she would be like, okay, I'll let you speak. I'll let you speak. You know what I'm saying? So what Kat was addressing was the whole scene where Tommy hit the fan, and Kat was addressing the fact that the safety issue, where we don't know where people are from. We don't know if these people are loaded. We don't know if these people are hoodlums. We don't know if these people are going to, like going to jump us or anything. It's a safety matter. We don't want a target on our backs for every city we go to. And so, of course, Tommy goes into defense mode about it, even though Kat was trying to address more at the fact that it's not directly towards Tommy. It's more about what can we do in order to prevent this from happening. Does that mean we have to put more security around? Does that mean that we don't invite people on stage? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing to make sure that our safety matters? You know what I'm saying? Our safety is literally our number one concern when we're going into these spaces. Because if we start attacking someone, we never know whose safety's on the line. We don't know if someone's gonna freaking like pull out a knife or something. We could all be at risk, and Tommy, you're putting everyone at risk for doing something like that. So it's like, what can we do better next time? Which, yes, Kat, yes. So we finally get into the dinner table, and Stunna's already eating and whatnot. This is the thing that was annoying me about Biggie, is the fact that she kept making comments about what Stunna was wearing. I was like, Biggie, like, are you serious? Like, I'm not the type of I hate when people, I'm not going to say hate, actually. I'm going to say I dislike when people start saying things about like, oh, this girl is jealous about this girl or this, because that's always the reason. You know what I'm saying? That's always the reason for people. It's like, oh, this person's jealous. It's like, I don't think it's jealousy. There's something else going on. But the fact that when people make comments about someone's looks and how they dress, to me, that's giving jealousy. I don't know, something about that. Like, why do you feel the need to comment on that person's appearance, that person's, outfit and whatnot, calling her all slurs and everything like that? It's just like, girl, we're not in high school. Like, what was that all about? It's giving jealousy. Like, do you want to wear clothes like that? Like, you're more than welcome to. You know what I'm saying? But of course, I know society is not going to allow you, or is going to make fun of you. But it's like, chill out. Like, why didn't you make a comment about Tommy, what she was wearing? You know what I'm saying? Like, Tommy was wearing jeans with a top that was, very showing. So it's like, why didn't you make a comment about her outfit? So it's like, come on now. Come on, Biggie, we need to grow up. So then they start all sitting down and whatnot, and Krishan tries to mediate something. So bringing up a little bit about like what's been going on between Stunna and Biggie, because we know that Krishan hasn't been on the show for a bit and hasn't been around the girls for a while. So, she's trying to catch up on what's going on. And so, Stunna and Biggie just go at it. They're just like, talking smack back and forth, smack on each other about like what has been happening and everything. I'm honestly just over their beef. Like, I'm just over it. Like, Biggie is dragging it. Stunna is dragging it. I think both of them are just dragging it. Like, at this point, I'm to the point where it's just like, just let them have one round, 30 seconds. No one sneaking, no one jumping, just them two. 30 seconds in the living room. That's it. After that, they have to have a handshake. If you don't give a handshake and give peace or whatnot, one of y'all is getting kicked out. Like, honestly, like that would have been my rules. Like, y'all need to be cool and cordial with one another, because this is just BS at this point. Like, we're supposed to be working with one another, and y'all keep going back and forth with the BS. I will give you 30 seconds, fight it out, handshake, or get kicked out. Point blank period. Like, That would have been my rules for sure. So, it just goes back and forth with the argument. And also, they mentioned something. I think Tommy was the one who mentioned about, because the thing is, Krishan was getting a little bit irritated with Biggie because I think Biggie wasn't really explaining anything. And so Krishan was like, Biggie, I'm going to send you home if you're not, cooperating or whatnot. And then Biggie gets a little bit irked because she's like, wait, why me? You should be sending Stunna home. But Tommy brings up Krishan, like if you were snuck, you would continue the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Which I was like, wait, Biggie was snuck? When did this happen? You know what I'm saying? Like I was a bit confused about that. Was like, did Biggie get snuck at some point? You know what I'm saying? So that at the end of the day, that's why I'm saying one more round at the living room, back in the house, one more round, just to call it good. So no more sneaking, no more fighting after. But yeah, and then that's what literally just happens. And then Stunna at the end just calls out Tommy and Biggie that she wants to fight both of them. And I'm just like, oh my God, like what did even Tommy do? Like she didn't even say anything, Stunna, and you just call out Tommy. I was confused. Maybe did I miss something? I didn't even see Tommy talking shit to Stunna. It was mostly Stunna and Biggie, so I was a bit confused about that. But anyways, let's move along to episode 10. So episode 10, we're in a continuation of that dinner table. And, it's Stunna again going back and forth with Biggie. And we start seeing like after like their argument, they're quiet and whatnot, and then we see Biggie is like mugging Stunna, which was so weird. Like I personally think Biggie is doing things for show. You know what I'm saying? Like I honestly think that she's just doing this for show because I'm just like, why are you staring at her? At this point, if you are so pressed at the fact that you have to sit with Stunna at the dinner table, go sit somewhere else. Go eat your dinner at another table. Like, oh my God, like, how old are we? Like, gosh, like these two, I just can't. But let's move along from all of this. Like, so oh, actually, I did want to bring up that Biggie addressed Krishan a little bit because, Biggie felt some type of way that Krishan told her that she wanted to be, that Krishan wanted to send Biggie home and that Krishan's on Stunna's side. And, Krishan was like saying, well, I understand where Stunna's coming from, and Biggie was not having it with Krishan, which was pretty, I don't know, that conversation was funny. But anyways, so we were moving along, and when it came down to like after the fact, we see that, Krishan is like sitting at the table and she just puts her finger in Natalie's mashed potatoes, which I was like, Krishan, what the fuck? Like, what was that? Like, oh my gosh. But I just wanted to mention that because a little bit more between Natalie and Krishan happens towards the end. So this is the last night at Phoenix, and so the girls are going to the club again to perform on their final night. There was a scene where Rolly's calling out at the crowd because the crowd was packing up and literally squeezing this girl at the front, and so Rolly's like, we're not having this. We're not having a Travis Scott concert right now. Wait, was it Travis Scott? Oh shoot, I don't think it was Travis Scott. Wait. I might have to actually look back. It was Astro World. I already forgot. Whatever. That was embarrassing. But anyways, so she was like, yeah, y'all need to back up. Y'all need to back up. And then, because the girl was like crying in the front and being squeezed up. So good on Rolly for doing that because, these concerts are becoming something, y'all. Like, even with these girls, like, I'm just like, these girls are not even superstars. And y'all are like literally squeezing and trying to kill people in these. Y'all need to really chill. So, the girls do their performances, and then at the end, they had a little meet and greet, and then they're off to the new city. They go to Portland, Oregon. So then we see, on the bus, we see that Rolly starts like talking shit to DJ Sky. At first, I was a bit confused. I'm like, what? I'm like, did something happen between them that we didn't get to see? But I realized it's because DJ Sky was on the other side of the bus with Kat, Low, and Stunna, and Rolly didn't. I mean, not Rolly. It wasn't Rolly. My bad. It was Biggie, and Biggie felt some type of way that Sky was on the other side. So I was just like, okay, well then. So then we continue on, and there's some like some picking at between Natalie, mostly Natalie towards Krishan. So it all started a little bit where it's like Krishan like gives Natalie her chaser for her drink for her whatever, her chaser. Natalie's holding on to the chaser. Krishan tries to grab her chaser back, which Natalie is like, no, like not trying to give it to her. And Krishan's like, I want my chaser. It's my chaser. What are you doing? And so like Natalie just starts feeling some type of way at the fact that like when Krishan was asking for her chaser back, this whole scene was so Natalie. You know, this was so Natalie. Like, I felt like she was trying to create nothing into something. I've seen this a lot on Baddies the first season, where she's literally just out of nowhere with the extraness. Because I felt like she just wanted some camera time at this moment, because I was like, what? Like, I personally felt that actually, let me finish this. But so Natalie finally gets up. She's pissed at Krishan, because also Natalie's bringing up at the fact that Krishan's always making fun of her age. And so Natalie's like, oh, I hope you get to my age. I hope you're as rich as me at my age. I hope you have success as much at my age and everything. And then like, I'm like, what? Where is this coming from? And Natalie goes to the front of the bus. She's on Instagram Live. Krishan finally comes to the other side of the bus. She's trying to get onto the live because apparently Natalie blocked Krishan from the live. And so Krishan's feeling some type of way. She's trying to address it with Natalie. Natalie's not listening. And so what Krishan ends up doing is, I'm pretty sure a lot of us have seen the clip, is slaps Natalie across the face. And then Natalie gets pissed and she's yelling at Krishan. Krishan's on the other side of the bus. And so this whole thing made no sense to me. This is why I'm saying this is so Natalie. This is Natalie. You know what I'm saying? Like, Natalie knows how to work the cameras. You know, she acts a certain way when the cameras are rolling. Like, she hasn't been doing that much on this season because I feel like she's trying to change her image as a producer. But I do think that, you know, if things are kind of like dying down, I do think that she's going to be the one trying to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Because there wasn't much drama happening. You know, it was the only thing that they had was Biggie and Stunna. Like, no one else had drama with one another. So I felt that Natalie needed to pick it up and try to cause drama with Krishan. And I felt that the reason why she targeted Krishan was because I've been seeing a lot of things on the internet, on Instagram, about like, you know, Natalie is intimidated by Krishan. Natalie's going to get whooped by Krishan, yada, yada, yada. And this is the exact same thing that happened with Natalie and Christina from Baddies 1. You know, because the thing is, the same thing happened where people were talking about, you know, about Christina whooping Natalie's ass and everything like that. And then what happens? Natalie starts causing drama with Christina. And so I feel like the same thing is happening with Krishan, where she's trying to cause drama with Krishan because she knows that if she does this is going to prove to the fans that she's not scared of anyone. That's my hypothesis of this. That's what I think, because again, this was like literally made no sense. Natalie got mad because of Krishan asking for her chaser. And the thing is, my other hypothesis is that Natalie might be getting a little bit irked with Krishan because, like I said, the whole potato scene, like putting her finger in Natalie's potatoes. You know, we've seen little things. I think that Natalie has been getting a little bit annoyed with Krishan, and it's just this like buildup Like it's slowly building up where, finally where this whole, drink thing is what set Natalie off, because out of nowhere she just started saying about like, oh, my age, I hope you get to my age and everything. And it was just like, that is so random. Like, what? So to me, I have those two hypotheses. It's either because she wants to prove herself to the fans, that she's not intimidated by Krishan, or she's been getting irked with Krishan because of all the little things that she's been doing. And so she's getting annoyed with her, or both. Or both are possibilities, or neither. But those are my 2 cents on that. And so Natalie gets off the bus, and she's waiting for Krishan with Krishan, and she's like, get her out of the bus. Like, Natalie wants to fight Krishan. And next thing you know, Scotty gets out of the bus, and Natalie just starts running up on Scotty. Like, that was the part that made no sense. I was like, what? Like, again, this is why I'm saying, like, I think this is just for TV. This is just for TV. Like, why would she just attack Scotty? And I think on the next episode, I think Natalie's trying to say like she was really drunk or something like that, which I'm just like, Natalie, we've seen you drunk. We've heard you slur your words when you're drunk. I remember when she was on Bad Girls All-Star Battle, when she was actually drunk on that show, and the way she talks, the way she slurs and everything, bitch, I know how you act when you're drunk, and you were not drunk on that night. You may have been buzzed or anything with the alcohol, but you were not to the point where you did not know what you were doing. So at the end of the day, that was it when it came to Baddies West episode 10 and 9. I hope y'all liked this review. What did y'all think about these 2 episodes? What do y'all think about the whole Stunna and Biggie situation? What did y'all think about the whole Natalie and Krishan situation? What's your predictions for the future episodes? Make sure y'all comment down below, and make sure y'all like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time, my little beans. Peace.